Hey everybody, it's Kara from Cheesy Nutrition, and I'm here today to talk to you about what you can do with a meal prep emergency. So, what exactly do I mean by this? Well, it happened to me just yesterday, okay? This lovely circa 1995 probably model refrigerator actually died on us yesterday. And guess what? I had just gone grocery shopping. Thankfully, it didn't happen this upcoming week because this upcoming week I am going to be restocking on all of our meats and all of the bigger bulk things that we're going to be using over the next 2 months. That would have been a disaster, okay? But this time it died and I just had 1 week worth of, produce and a few things in the freezer. So I wasn't too stressed, but that's just one way that you could have a meal prep emergency, okay? So it could be anything. It could literally be that you just don't feel like cooking tonight. So maybe you've had a really crappy day at work and you're like, I just don't want to cook. And then when you get home, you're like, I've already planned to have this big old chicken thing. You know what? It's fine, because if you use your freezer properly, you don't have to even worry about it. Put that chicken away. Hopefully it was still in the fridge defrosting. Food safety, right? But put that stuff away for tomorrow as long as it'll still be safe, and then get out your freezer prep, because this meal prep emergency is nothing to worry about, okay? So whether your fridge freezer dies, whether you just don't feel like cooking, or hey, maybe like you're sick and you just don't want to be out in the kitchen for 2 hours cooking something, but everybody else is hungry, your freezer can definitely be a way that you rely on. Could be a way? No, a thing you rely on to get you through that emergency, okay? So remember, before we've talked about 3 ways that you can use your freezer for meal prep. The first, of course, is full meals. I'm gonna give you examples of all of these, okay? This is what we're actually going to eat this week. Oh, and to clear things up, we bought a mini fridge to help us get through the week, okay? So it wasn't just because we need it for 2 days or 3 days or whatever, but because we thought, you know what, that would be handy for when we have some overflow from our fridge. So we now have a mini fridge in our house. But anyways, so using that mini fridge, there's not a lot of space. So we have to be really careful with what we were pulling out of the freezer to eat this week. And also that meant I didn't really need to cook anything today, okay? So literally all I cooked today were some eggs. You'll see those here in a minute. But like I was saying, the first thing you can pull from your freezer are fully done, ready to eat meals. This can either be single serve meals, or this can be a package of meals that you could like pull out for one evening, one lunch, whatever, and warm up for everybody. So this is one example, okay? So in here, see this? Looks yummy, right? So actually it doesn't look all that great right from the freezer, but this is actually the enchilada lasagna that is on the Cheesy Nutrition website. So if you want this recipe, just let me know and I will help you find it. But see, this here is a perfect freezer find, okay? In here I've got 3 pieces, right? So what we're actually gonna do is split this up, and we have today, tomorrow, and Tuesday before we get our fridge. Well, this is 3 lunches for my husband, not the full lunch, but the main dish, okay? So that is all we have to do. So thankfully the freezer saved us. His lunches are taken care of for the next few days until we get our new fridge. All right, so meal prep emergency, no more for lunches, except I need lunch, right? So what did I do? I actually did what the next type of meal prep from the freezer is, which is type 2, which is component cooking. Oh my gosh, cooked components. This is what I'm trying to say. And all I pulled from my freezer was a small package of already cooked chicken. Now I'm going to show you what I did with it, but it's probably not the most appealing looking because I was just trying to be fast. So all I did was I defrosted a little bit of cooked chicken and I mixed it with just some Greek yogurt and Dijon mustard. That's it. All right, I'm gonna probably chop up some onions and I'll have it with some baby carrots and maybe crackers, but that's my lunch for the next 3 days. So a little bit of chicken salad, some veggies, and some crackers, and fruit, whatever fruit I feel like having. All right, the next thing is we are going to have dinner, right? I've got lunches taken care of. I'll show you breakfast here in a minute because I had to make that fresh. But we had to have dinners, okay? So here are, let's see. Well, wait. I have 2 different types. I have a cooked component, Ready? I've got taco meat already cooked and ready to go. It's seasoned. It has, you can see the veggies in it. It's not mold. Those are onions and bell pepper and jalapeno, but it's already cooked. So all I had to do was pull it out of the freezer yesterday. Remember, I pulled from my good freezer and the broken freezer. So I had to transfer everything over to the good freezer except the couple things we were gonna eat this week, okay? So I've got my taco meat in here. It's already ready to go. And you know, this is actually a really perfect thing to do if you guys like tacos at your house or burritos or nachos or whatever, and you eat them a lot. The next time you make taco meat, make extra and then just package it in little single meal containers so that when you have a meal prep emergency, whatever it may be, there's no stress. It's already done. Right? So all you have to do, you don't even have to get raw vegetables ready for taco night. You could do quesadillas. So literally just throw some cheese and some tortillas together in a skillet, add the meat. It'd be great if you had some taco sauce and sour cream and maybe some tomatoes for mine. But you know what? You can live without that if it's just a quick meal and you need something fast. All right? Maybe throw some clementines on the side. And then you got a full meal, right? Okay. The other thing I did, this is what I was excited to tell you about. I used a raw component from my freezer. So it looks kind of funky in here, but I made pizza. So my husband's slices are really big. Mine are 8s. But anyways, it's a pizza that I used raw, so already prepped, but not baked pizza dough. So what I do is I actually make the pizza dough ahead of time. I kind of pat it down so it's in like a round disc shape. And then I wrap it very lightly in some saran wrap, and then I put it in a bag just like this, and then I put it in my freezer flat so it gets nice and frozen solid, and then I stack them. So then whenever we want pizza, I get it out a few hours ahead of time, set it out on a plate on the counter. Pizza's gonna be ready so soon. It's ridiculously fast. But anyways, when we're done eating pizza the first night, I put them in our reusable bags, doesn't matter what brand you use, and I just package them and I put them cooked sides, like cheesy sides, together, because if you put the cheesy side out, it's gonna get all over the outside, right? So I just put them cheesy side together once it's mostly cooled, and then I store them like this. This is really handy in our little mini fridge right now, because his and mine are stacked right together. So all we have to do tonight is pull these out, get out what we want, and reheat it. And I reheat my pizza on the stove. Do you do that? It gets a nice crispy bottom. I do recommend microwaving a little bit ahead of time to get the cheese melting, and then cook it on the stove the rest of the way. In a pan, not straight on the stove, just so we're clear. All right. Okay, the last thing, and this is the only thing I actually had to cook today. Are you ready? Breakfast sandwiches. Yeah, that's it. I'll back up a little and show you so you can see them. Yeah, this is all I did. All the cooking I did today. Okay, so I only made 2. Well, actually I made 4, because 1 for me, 1 for the husband for today, and then Monday, Tuesday. And then we get our new fridge Tuesday. So I made breakfast sandwiches. I normally store them in reusable containers. Unfortunately, we are out of room in our mini fridge, and so I am resorting to the single-use little baggies. I know you can reuse them. Sometimes we do if they're not gross, like wash them out. But this is super great and easy because all he has to do now in the morning is grab one of these breakfast sandwiches, grab his, where's it at? Grab one of these slices, put it in another container, and then I'll have his fruit already ready to go. Fruit's just on the counter right now. So, anyways, these tips and tricks can really help you in a meal planning or a meal prep emergency. So having those 3 types of foods available in your freezer, whether it be the already cooked, like our enchilada lasagna, whether it be the cooked component, like the taco meat, or whether you're using a raw ingredient, like the pizza crust that we did, so that you can have a fully fresh, almost, meal, but with a lot less prep at that time. Using a combination of those methods can really help you get a fully, basically no prep weekend, okay? Seriously, all I did today. That's it. I mean, I did other things, but this is all I cooked today, okay? So when it comes to your freezer, I do have one important tip, okay? And you know what it is. You know what it is. It is to keep a freezer inventory. Doesn't matter how you do it. It could be electronic, could be on a dry erase board, could be like I have right now, a piece of paper on my inside fridge, so I know what I have when I'm planning meals. And do you need a tool like this? Is this something that you would want? Because I have one that I have been working on. It is ready to go. And if you want that free, it's a free printable, just go to the link in my bio, answer a few questions, insert your email in there, and then all the email requests that I get today, I will go ahead and email you that tool personally. Okay, so remember, link in bio, answer a couple questions, give me your email, and then we'll get you that free tool, all right? So everybody, I hope you had a fabulous day so far, and I hope these tips helped you. And remember, link in bio, questions, free freezer inventory tool, okay? All right, it's so great to see you guys. Hope you're having a marvelous day and enjoy your meal planning.